All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started. Normally we have a few more people in here, but we're going to go ahead and get started. I appreciate you guys being here. My name is Brian Neely, Associate Principal here of all operations here at Allen High School. And we're going to talk about a couple different things. We're going to talk about some of our COVID mitigations and stuff, still kind of staying diligent as best we possibly can. You know, ideally what you guys are working on right now is, especially when we talk about COVID, it's about how to stay diligent so you guys can have a real senior year, a traditional senior year as best you possibly can whenever you guys come back for next year. We're going to talk a little bit more about Eagle engagement and Eagle engagement points and how those are going to be applied to arena scheduling, because yes, we are having arena scheduling again. Yes, your schedules will be set, hopefully much better, much more than what they have been with people going back and forth every 9 weeks. So next year should fix that. We have this thing called CU Texas, which is Credit Union of Texas. I'm going to discuss a little bit. So you guys have probably noticed we have a bank. It's opened up on our campus. We're going to talk about that, clubs and organizations. And then the most important piece of the whole thing is the very end, where we discuss how you guys need to get ready for arena scheduling, what you guys need to do behind the scenes to prepare to be ready when we roll this thing out, so you can pick out your schedule and have the best possible schedule you can have for your senior year. So with COVID-19 mitigation strategies first, you guys have done a fantastic job all throughout the first semester of ensuring that you're wearing your masks and you're maintaining your social distance, and you guys are following our hallway protocols pretty well. Most people are following it pretty well. I understand when you first came back, everyone's like, oh, this sucks. I don't want to wear my mask. I need to go to A Hall. Please let me just walk right through the A Hall. But guys, I appreciate most of you have done a really, really good job with that. We need to continue doing that. But the biggest and most important piece of this whole slide, I'm not going to read it because you guys can see that, foam in and out, all those different things. But the biggest piece is the very end. Number one, not one confirmed case has happened here on this campus. In other words, I haven't caught COVID. Not one student has caught COVID because they went to a class and they sat next to somebody or near somebody in a classroom who had COVID also. Not one kid has caught COVID from the lunchroom. Not one kid has caught COVID from walking in the halls. Now, what has happened is we've had students who have contracted COVID from getting in a car with somebody else or going to a party that happened outside the school. That's happened a lot. So I need you guys to make good choices. If you want a normal senior year, if you want a prom, if you want all those things moving to your senior year, what I need you to do is to make good choices, not just here, because you're showing you're making good choices here, but whenever you walk out of our doors, make sure you're making good choices there also. Be smart, because I see what happens. You guys will walk out the doors, you take your mask off, and you just forget everything, and you kind of just walk into getting your friends' cars and hang out and things like that. I'm not telling you not to have a social life, but what I am telling you is be smart about your social circle. Don't make it too big. You start going to house parties that have 20, 30, 40 people, someone has it, and it's going to get passed on. So make sure you do your part, be diligent. I appreciate that. You guys have done a really good job so far at school. Let's just continue doing that as we leave school, going out there in the real world as well. Next thing is talk a little bit about student engagement. With student engagement, the number one thing for our juniors becoming seniors is priority scheduling. With priority scheduling, you have the ability to earn the right to log on 48 hours or 24 hours ahead of your entire class. You earn this right by earning a certain number of points. To be the first ones to log on to actually enter arena scheduling, you have to earn 100 points. The second group, it's 90 points. Engagement points are communicated with you from the campus at least once a week. We're in the middle of working on a system, and hopefully we have it set up before the close of January where you guys can log in through your student life course and check almost like a grade book, and you can check and you can see exactly how many points you have on a daily basis. But we will always still continue to email you once a month to let you know still where you stand. If there are any questions or concerns, you can always reach out to your house office. But again, the big thing, 100 points, 48 hours ahead of time, 90 points, 24 hours ahead of time. This is a huge deal because this means you're more than likely going to be able to get your schedule that you want for your senior year. And again, schedules are not going to be like they are this year, how they've had several changes because we have kids going back and forth. It shouldn't be that way next year. Again, student engagement. I'm not going to run through all this because this will be shared with you. Most of you know this stuff already, but you know the points that you guys will earn. You know, you earn 10 points for the app, 15 points for just coming in here. You're going to have a house meeting coming up in a couple weeks We're going to go to that and you'll learn 15 points there as well. All the modules are 5 points. We push out tons of modules to you. We have Naviance that's specific for your class. They're signing up for Minds. And every point that you earned in fall will also carry forward in spring as well. So a lot of you guys are sitting around 60 to maybe 70 points right now. We're just asking you earned 15 points when you came in. We're just asking you to pick up the additional pieces you need to get to where you have 100 points so you can do your priority scheduling. But again, this is shared through our presentation. I'm not going to run through it because I want to get you guys out on your privilege period. Okay, Credit Union of Texas. This is a really, really cool partnership that we've developed with an outside bank. Yes, Credit Union of Texas is a bank that's it's nationally known. It's known throughout the state. There are multiple branches that are out there in the city of Allen. We have a branch now that's actually in our campus. It's an inward-facing branch, which means it's on the main hallway. It's not open for the public. It's open for just you guys. And the primary people that work there are students. They are students who work in the practicum who are working toward finance as their pathway for graduation. Now, the idea is it's about two things. Number one, it's about obviously generating business for CU Texas, but it's also about you guys understanding and learning some financial literacy before you leave us. We have financial literacy pieces that go along with this bank. Bank hours are open from 8:30 to 4:30, and anybody here like free money? I know I do as well. If you will go in and open up an account, it takes $25 to open up an account. If you'll open up an account, deposit your $25, Credit Union of Texas will also give you $50 as well. That's $50, pretty good. That's pretty good turnaround. That's pretty good profit right there. So they'll give you $50 for opening an account with them. Again, there's no minimum. There's a minimum opening deposit of $25, no minimum balance. You can earn interest. It is a bank. It is a traditional bank account. They also will pay you guys for grades. Every semester they'll do a drawing. Well, they will pull 36 students, and you have to enter. There's a cutoff date for each one of these in fall and in spring, but they will pay $25 for every A in a core content class and $5 for every B in your content classes. So the cutoff for this fall is January 22nd. If you open up an account or already have an account with them, if you'll fill out the application, there's an application they have there. You can download as part of this presentation as well. It'll be on your Student Life course. Download this form, fill it out, turn it in. By the 22nd, you can be part of that drawing. They draw your name. If you made all A's, you'll get $100 for each one. You'll get $25 for each one of those core content classes, or $100. It's a pretty good deal. Also, Credit Union of Texas offers scholarships. Doesn't necessarily affect you guys this year, but next year, they offer 8 $2,500 scholarships for Allen High School seniors. Only requirements to qualify for that scholarship are, number one, you have an account with them. Number two, you have a GPA of 3.0. And number three, you have an acceptance letter from an accredited college or university. Pretty easy scholarship. Most of our seniors have those three things. So if you have an account, make sure you take care of that and fill out that application for that scholarship. Now, at the beginning of the school year, I asked all of you guys to help me out. And I asked each one of you to help rebuild this sense of community that we lost in March whenever the pandemic hit us. Well, it's almost been a full year, and we're still working on trying to rebuild that sense of community still. Our clubs and organizations, the participation is not what it used to be, and that's to be expected. But I need you guys to continue to push, to continue to have a sense of belonging on this campus. All of our clubs and organizations offer virtual meetings, offer virtual participation as well as face-to-face. But I need you guys to continue to push to build our clubs and organizations on our campus. If there is not a club that you're interested in, but you think there's a couple of your friends think there's an idea that you might have for a club, we have new club applications. They're opened up. The deadline for this is February 12th. So if you don't see something you're interested in, there's something you'd like to open up on the campus, please fill out the application, and I'll run through my office, and we can go through the application process to get that club open for you guys. Again, the cutoff for that is February 12th. Now, the biggest piece, this is the most important thing I'm going to talk about. It is preparing for arena scheduling. Everyone remembers right before Christmas break, you guys filled out something referred to as course selection. Do y'all remember that? It's where y'all went on, you selected the specific courses that you wanted to take for this senior year, right? Got a thumbs up, head nod, something? Yeah? All right. Now, you had some courses that you were selected courses, and then you had some that you put in the alternate. You remember that, yeah? Okay, so the way this works is in order for you to build, it's a menu basically, in order for you to pick certain classes to build your schedule, they must be a selected course. In other words, they must be on the menu. The alternate courses are not on the menu yet. They're there, but they're not something that you can choose. So I'm going to talk about a lot of things, but in a few seconds, the biggest piece is this. What you need to hear is this. When it comes time to creating your master's schedule, if that class that you want is not a selected course, but it's one of your alternates, you're not going to be able to build the master's schedule because you won't have the ability to pull that over. So we do a whole lot of practices here in a little bit. Essentially what will happen is the alternate course won't pull in your schedule, so you're going to need to email your counselor. So let me go through some specific dates, specific things. Here's how this works. Right about spring break time period, we send out a sample schedule app. And you guys have got to practice this to make it easy. If you wait until the day of arena scheduling and you're like, oh, I'm not worried about it, Neely lost his mind. I'm not worried about what he's saying up there. I've got the free 48 hours. I'm going to get online early. It's going to be no problem. It'll be a problem because if you cannot build the schedule you want and you have to email your counselors, that's going to delay everything. So it makes no sense for you to work your tails off to get the 48 hours early or the 24 hours early and then not be able to build the schedule you want. So you have to practice. So what we do as a campus is we send out this scheduling app. It'll be pushed out through our Canvas course for student life. It'll be pushed out to you guys and made available with a code. Once you get that, your job is to build 3 or 4, not 1, build 3 or 4 schedules that will work for your needs. And everybody here has specific needs. You have certain practicum courses that you're trying to take that you really, really want. Or it may just be simple. A lot of you guys just want certain privilege periods. I get that too. I get it. Whatever your needs are specifically, you'll build that schedule based off of your needs. And you'll build 3 or 4 of them. Because it's a very strong possibility that first one you put in won't work. So you'll build 3 or 4 of them. And what you'll do is when you're practicing building this, if you notice that one of your alternate courses is a better fit than one of those selected courses because it gives more room, you can have 3 or 4 good schedules, you need to let the counselor know that that selected course and alternate course need to flip. Everyone good with that? Does that make sense? You're practicing and you're making sure that what's in your selected courses is what you're going to choose. Your alternates, they may be better when it comes to building that schedule, but build multiple courses. Ensure that your menu of selected courses, that's it. Because when it comes time to arena scheduling, that's all you can choose. So you got to practice. Work out all the issues during that practice time. And then let your counselors know if you need to make any changes. Junior Arena scheduling is set to open up on March 29th. If you earn 100 points, it will open up on the 29th for you. If you earn 90 points, it'll open up the 30th, and then it'll open up March 31st for everybody else. So it really behooves you. Earn those points. A lot of you have already gotten well over 3/4 of the way there already. Continue to take those steps to earn the rest of the points. And then the biggest piece, practice. Create multiple schedules. Create the best possible group of schedules you can. And then when it comes time on that date that you hit, get up early, log in, and build that schedule based off of your practice that you pre-built already. Have a plan A. If that didn't work, have a plan B, have a plan C. Remember, have 3 or 4 that will actually work for you. You guys have done a fantastic job all year. Again, the big focus as we leave is this. Make good choices outside the building. You guys have done a great job in the building. Help us out outside. Because right now what you're doing is you're trying to fix this for your senior year, right? That's the goal. So if you want a prom, if you want a normal senior year, a homecoming dance, all those things that you fought really hard to get, if you want those things, help us out. Make good choices away from here because you're doing it in the building right now. You're doing fantastic. Let's make good choices away. Help rebuild that sense of community. Push those clubs and organizations. Get your points that you need for arena scheduling so you can have an opportunity to build the schedule that you want. Practice. Selected courses are the only menu that you have. Make sure you get those courses moved if you need to make those adjustments. We're proud of you. We love you. If you have any questions, please stay after. If not, enjoy the rest of your privilege. Thank you, guys.